Okay, so we now need to add these images to a website to create a banner and show you why responsive banners are required. I'm not actually going to add them to the client's website at the moment. What I'm going to do is add them to my own website just to show you as an example. Always best to do that. You know, you can then show your client this is how it's going to look. You're happy with that. You can test it on your own site or a test site first of all before doing anything on the live site. So I have a website that I use just for things like this. This is the back end of it. Okay, this is where you'll begin when you log into the back end of Joomla. Show you the front end of the website. There we are. So I'm going to add the banner here at the top, just underneath the menu, as an example to you. Most of this site is built with SP Page Builder, which is something that I'd really recommend if you're using Joomla. Fantastic and blistering speed in doing things like this. Lots of ways of doing it. The principle's the same whether you're using HTML, CSS, plugins, whatever you're trying to do to achieve this banner. It's the same principle. First of all, let's get to the home page, which is here. Okay, this is the home page. You can see my Screen Dreams animated banner. This is an animated banner. So we're going to add a row above that to put this responsive banner in. Add a new row. It only needs to be a single block because we're just putting one piece of content in. Put that towards the top. And you should also give it a label as well. And this label is only for your own benefit. It's just your admin label, what you see in the back end, so you can recognise what rows are what and where other things are. So we'll call this NHS banner. Okay, save. So we've now got an empty row in there ready to put our responsive banner in. Now what that's going to have done, I'm assuming on the front page, is my front page here, the margin on this banner is actually a minus value, so that it tucks up underneath this menu. It's just a style effect I've got going on the menu, so that the original sliding banner that you've got here, the animated banner, slips up underneath the menu, and then as you move down it turns to a white background so you can read it across those. But because the top of this image was nice and clean, I slipped it up underneath the menu. So what's going to have happened now by me adding a new row into here is we'll have lost that padding, and that menu is probably going to go white if I refresh this. Yeah, so we've got this extra space here, which is what I used to tuck underneath the menu, but that's fine. So we'll now add an image into this row using Page Builder. Add an image. We'll name it as well. Start with the desktop one. NHS desktop banner. Upload the image that we've just created. Desktop NHS. Insert. Apply and save. We now have an image in there. Now you can't just throw a picture in a website and expect it to look great, so let's see what's happened to it. It'll need a bit of refinement. Yeah, so it's tucked itself up underneath my menu, so I'm just going to add some margin to that, to the row. If I refresh that, I should be in the correct place now. Yeah, there you go. There's also margin and padding on the bottom of it. You're going to have margin on the row of 50 pixels. Yeah, so these boxes here always work top, right, bottom, left. They go around clockwise like that, so the bottom doesn't need to have any padding on it. We want it nice and tight. Let's remove some margin, and then there's also 30 pixels, looks like, of padding in between this image and then whatever else you were to put in the same row. So we'll remove that as well. And that's on the image, not the row. So we edit that here. And yeah, Page Builder's automatically put 30 pixels of margin underneath it, so we'll get rid of that and it should then be nice and tight. There we go. Got a desktop banner on there. The reason it's not full width, well, there's two reasons it's not full width at the moment. One, because I've not set the row as a fluid row. If you're publishing content that you want full width on a website, like this sliding banner that I've got here, or a Google map, or anything full width of a site, you need to set it to be a fluid row in Page Builder. So I'm going to do that, but also this image is going on a site that's predominantly 1400 pixels wide. This site is 1080 wide, so we're still going to get a little bit of white on the edges on this particular site when I set it as a fluid row, which I can do here. Fluid row. Okay, that's the entire row, not just the images within it. Save that, and it'll make it a bit wider. It'll make it full width. It'll make it 1400 pixels wide, which is what it is now, yeah. And the site that it's going onto is this wide. In fact, I can. There you go. That's how it's going to look really on the site that I'm putting it on. And that's pretty much your perfect desktop banner, full width. And it's working. I think it looks okay. So what now needs to happen, I can show you before I continue why you need to put a responsive banner on a site if you're doing full width banners. And the reason is, if you visit this site as it is on a smaller device like a mobile, see what happens to it. That's what it's going to look like on a mobile. You can't see it. You're not going to be able to read it properly. If it was a button or something, it'd be difficult to touch. If you had any other content on it, it's just not legible, it's not good. So that's why we've created 3 different sized images. Let's get back to the size we're working with. There we go. So we now need to add the other images that are going to appear when the site's visited on different sized devices. Don't need that. Let's get back in here. Right, what we can do, might as well just copy that down, and then it's got the same property, it's the same padding and stuff that we've added to it. And we're now going to upload the tablet banner. Tablet NHS. Okay. Alright, we've now got tablet banner. And what that will do at the moment is just show you both of them. If I refresh this, yeah, we've got 2 visible at the moment. That's fine, don't worry about that. We're then going to copy it down again and add the mobile banner. Upload the image, this one. Okay, so 3 banners are in the page at the moment. Now what we're going to do is something that you can achieve, like I said earlier, in many different ways using modules and plugins. In Page Builder, it's quite simple because you can literally decide which one of these shows on which page. For example, on the desktop banner, it's not as confusing as it seems actually. I'm going to show you how you do this carefully. The desktop banner, we'll have a look at its advanced options. Right, It's not hidden on a tablet or a mobile or desktop at the moment. That's why you can see it no matter what you do with the window. We don't want the desktop banner to be hidden on a desktop, but we do want to hide it on a tablet and a mobile. Apply that. Save. This desktop banner will now only appear on a desktop. Tablet banner. We don't want it hidden on a tablet, but we want it hidden on a desktop and hidden on a mobile. Apply that. Save that. Mobile banner. Same thing again. We don't want it hidden on a mobile, but we want it hidden on a tablet and hidden on a desktop. Okay, so you can see there are 3 different resolutions that have been set here within the template. You can change them. If anybody would like to know how to do that, you can let me know and I'll show you how you edit the template files to change where the tolerances are and basically what dictates what's a desktop, what's a tablet and what's a mobile. You'd only really have to do that if you're building a system to fit an odd sized device like these hybrid surfaces, iPads and things. Some of them have weird resolutions and you know your site might consider it to be a tablet or a mobile when it's actually not. It's high resolution, so you can refine what those tolerances are in your template files, but for this is going to work fine. We don't need to worry about that. Save it, and this will hopefully have the desired effect. If I refresh this page, we're on a desktop, so we're only seeing the desktop banner. Were you to reduce the size of this window, what I'm going to do now is just replicate if you're visiting it on a different size device. As it gets smaller and it becomes less and less legible, at the points that are set within the template for these responsive tolerances, it will change, there you go, to the tablet one. Now the tablet one's actually got a bit of padding on it, so let's fix the tablet one. What's that still got some padding on it? Yeah, there you go. It's got the 3 different sizes in here as well. So on a tablet we want a 0 margin as well. This is just refining the banner. Save that and refresh it and we should have lost that. Yeah, nice and tight again. And we'll probably have to do the same on a mobile. When we go down to mobile size, yeah, it's got that padding as well. Look at the style margin on the mobile of just 10 pixels. Yeah, it's 30, 20, 10, isn't it? Apply that, save it, and we should have lost that bit of padding on a mobile then. Need to refresh it. Yeah, there you go. So you've now got a banner that's legible at whatever size device you decide to view it on. You see it changes. That's what responsiveness is. That's what a responsive website is. Depending on what size screen you're looking at it on, it will change to suit it. Not much else to be said about that really, is there? It's done. I mean, I can now go to the client and say, look, visit screendreams.co.uk. I can put that on the top of your site if you're happy with it. Yeah, okay. Or no, I'd like to change this. I'd like to change that. And that's where the time comes in really. I mean, if you're a web developer or a graphic designer, you know, the work we just conducted is what, half an hour in order to create a responsive banner. The actual time is when you liaise with your client and they come back to, oh, could you just change this? I've got this photo to put here, or I'd like it to say this, or my auntie's Milton's into graphic design, let me just show it to him first and I'll come back with some ideas, and bouncing around. And that's the real work really. But there you go. If anybody wants to steal this as a banner, you're welcome to, screen-streams.co.uk. I don't really mind, it's took about half an hour of my time to create, and hopefully that's shown you a nice way of creating a responsive banner that works and is legible at whatever resolution device you view it on. Thanks for watching.